I am not prepared for this. I'm just batting 1,000 for not being prepared lately. But I'm going to talk to you guys about the Aries New Moon that's coming up. It's happening on April the 1st at 6:24 UTC. Aries is considered the energy of pioneering. It has to do with identity. It has to do with the me first attitude. It's about getting things done, honestly. So this is going to be at 11 degrees and 31 minutes. So I rounded it up to 12. And I looked at the Sabian symbol for this new moon. And I'm going to read it off to you. This may be interesting to you, it may not. What are Sabian symbols? From my understanding, it's basically channeled messages about all of the degrees in astrology. So this Sabian symbol is 12 degrees. It's from this book called Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale. It says that the 12 degree mark of Aries means soul gifts from the morning of the world, now turning into treasures untold. A quality of being a presence, an aura which fills the world. You are the microcosm here, and now for so many worlds. There's wonder and awe, discovery, and an odd echo of fate. All of this has happened before. Nothing is new, a twilight state. The repeated awakenings and yet still daydreaming on majestic vistas. So much to conceive, all exists inside, yet the secrecy of the heart, no clues are offered. All remains bare and stark. It sounds like a bunch of promises to me. I'm seeing this opportunity for gifts, for treasures, you know, the promises of these treasures, which is filling people with this presence, this aura. But there's also something very fated about this new moon. It's a story that's been told time and time again, so to speak, that we're trying to learn from, and yet we still keep daydreaming that the outcome is going to be different. So I feel like we're not all being told the truth about what's going on. So we just have these promises. We don't quite have the, we don't quite have the promise that was given to us. We just have the hope, is kind of the feeling that I get. Of course, that's going to be different for everybody, but let's just move on. Like I said, I was not prepared for this. I should have done that before I started here. But let's take a look. I'll use the cards this time. That way it gives you some sort of visual to look at. We can start off with the Aries visual. So this is the Aries energy here for our new moon. And it says, the energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading, impulsive action is likely. Forgive me while I move these cards out of the way. There we go. I can move these over to the side. All right. So we'll start off with, remember guys, check out your rising sign first. The rising sign is what you should be going by if you know it. I do have a video, which I should have put the link in the description box. I'll add it after this broadcast. Go by your rising sign first, and then your sun sign will be secondary. Your moon sign will be kind of subjective and more internal, okay? But if you don't have your rising sign, you can still look at your sun sign. That will be a secondary energy, but it's still present, okay? So let's start off with Aries, since this will be the Aries new moon. So the new moon is a time of planting intentions, planting seeds. It's not necessarily a time of harvest. So it's kind of like whatever I'm talking about here, we're planting seeds for it. It's not that it's going to actually come to fruition during the new moon. Not saying it won't, but in most cases it won't. It's just planting the seeds for it. And I am missing cards. You know what? Maybe I'm not going to use cards. There's one. I thought I had them all, but apparently I didn't. Yeah, I don't know where they are because I don't see the, oh, there it is. Okay, there it is for Aries. Super aggravated today. Maybe don't pick up my energy. Oh, I don't want to puck up? I don't want to pick up bad energy, that's for sure. All right, so Aries, remember, let me say this since there's new people in this room. Remember to check out your rising sign. That is first and foremost. If you don't know your rising sign, you can use your sun sign, but understand that's going to be more secondary. And then your moon sign, again, is going to be more for, it's going to be more subjective, more internal, more emotional. Okay? So, for instance, if you are a, let's do a little example. All right, so pretend that you're a Sagittarius sun, a Libra moon, and a Taurus rising. You would go by your Taurus rising. That would be first and foremost. Then you would go by your Sagittarius sun, secondary, and then your Libra moon as a third. More of the internal subjective thing. Anyway, let's go on. Aries, this new moon is going to be in your first house. So this is all about how you see yourself and how other people see you. You may be extremely, extremely focused on your reputation right now. It also could be how you relate with other people, because the axis for this is the 7th house. So you've got me versus they, or me versus them. So you could have that kind of mentality. Or this could just mean that you're very super fixated on how you appear to other people, especially when it comes to close one-on-one relationships. Maybe you're really wanting to put on a good impression for a partner. It could be that even. What else do I want to say about that? A lot of times when the first house is activated, this is when you'll see people make changes to their appearance, like haircuts, hair colors, new outfits, you know, that kind of energy. So that's kind of where Aries is at. Aries is working on their persona. That's what their focus is on for the new moon. If you think about it, this could also be where, you know, if you're in business, you're trying to make sure that all of your agreements they look good. That's what I'm trying to say. You want to make sure that you look good. Taurus is starting with where'd it go? The 12th house. And I'll read what this card says, but I'm going to tell you my interpretation of the 12th house first. So the 12th house for Taurus rising means that you're going to be spending a lot of time in contemplation for a lot of you. Some of you may be really looking inward. There may be kind of like a psychological need to take a break from something here. For others, this could be that there's seeds being planted as it relates to something that happened in the past or something that was hidden. For some of you, it could have something to do with hidden work issues or hidden health issues or both. But either way, for me, the 12th house is more about, it's called the house of undoing. So you know, again, this is where you have to really reflect on your psychological well-being. I'm just going to leave it at that. You may have to give way to what the universe is wanting to come through versus what you want in some cases, okay? But basically what this says is this is the area of your life that is overwhelming. You yield to a greater cause or a greater power. So that's what's coming up for Taurus for the new moon. For Gemini rising, let's see if I've got the cards. I'm so bad not already having this stuff out. For Gemini rising, this is affecting your 11th house. The 11th house is known as the house of friends. So this is friends, networks, associations, groups. This can be internet even for some of you. There could be something going on as it relates to your internet or, you know, that kind of thing. But usually for me, the 11th house is more about your social contacts, your groups, your associations, that kind of thing. So there may be some new seeds being planted as it relates to friendship or your networks, the people that you choose to surround yourself with. For some of you, this could be romantic in nature. For others, it may have something to do with children. It could be that as well. But either way, I'm seeing for Gemini rising, this is definitely a time where you're planting seeds as it relates to the people that you surround yourself with. You're wanting to put yourself around people that are more pleasurable to be around, is what I'm getting here. Cancer. For Cancer rising, this is in your 10th house. The 10th house is the house of career. This is career, public reputation, lifetime achievements. You could even see it as public recognition. So some of you may be getting public recognition. Some of you could be getting a new job or working on getting a new job. What else do I want to say about that? The seeds may be planted for your lifetime achievements or for the public recognition. I should have done this differently. I'm getting stuck on my words. But the thing about Cancer rising is, though this is going to be focused on your career sector or how you make money, that sector of your life, there's also going to be a situation where you may have to work on the balance between your work life and your home life in some sense of the word. So, you know, how is your work life affecting your family life, or how is it affecting your stability? This is what Cancer rising is going to be looking at during this Aries new moon. Then for Leo, we have, let me go find it, the 9th house. To me, this is the house of philosophy, spirituality. This also can be law, though I've heard people say this is more about natural law than it is like legal law. I don't know if that's true. I haven't studied it enough to figure that out, but that's what I know, okay? So for Leo, there may be something going on as it relates to that. This also can be about, let's see, foreign travel, foreign places, foreign lands. There could be something going on as it relates to that. Some of you may be getting some kind of, you may be, let me just look at this. If I look at what this says on here, it says broadening your horizons, either spiritually, academically, or going on a long journey. So some of you may be traveling, some of you may be studying for some higher education, some of you may be involved in spiritual pursuits, some of you may be involved in legal pursuits though, because I'm not going to rule that out. I'm not going to rule that out. But some of you, you may be, how do I want to say this? There may be focus on these types of agreements or these types of communications. Also, there could be issues involving like siblings for some of you. But the main thing to know is the 9th house. The 9th house is all about spirituality, academia, travel, foreign lands, foreign people, foreign places, that kind of thing. So that's what yours is about. And then Libra is the 7th house, which is the house of relationships. It's like close one-on-one relationships. This is the card for that. If I can move my fingers out of the way. 7th house for Libra is all about relationships. So yours is very much like Aries, where it's the we versus me. yours is in reverse from Aries, but basically that's what it is. Some of you may be planting seeds for a new one-on-one relationship, so you may be paying particularly extra attention to how you're perceived as it relates to one-on-one relationships. I really don't have a lot to say about that. I just feel like this is kind of where your focus is more on your relationships more so than it is on the self, or it's going to be that way. It says this area of your life is all about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, or family. And I did see where in the reading some Libras were looking at marriage, or were married and hit it, that kind of thing. So this kind of topic could definitely come up for Libra people, Libra rising. Well, potentially the others too, but especially Libra rising. Scorpio rising, this is in your 6th house. The 6th house is about pets. The 6th house is about, so there could be something that goes on with a pet. The 6th house is also about health, your physical body, your daily duties, your daily routine. All of that's coming into play. What was I going to say? There may be something about some money that was hidden, or a job that was hidden, a health issue that was hidden. There could be any kind of situation like that that's going on for Scorpio rising people. But either way, you may be paying extra close attention to your health, or to a work situation, or extra special attention to your pets at this time for whatever reason. For Sagittarius, we've got it in the 5th house, which is the house that everybody wants. This is the house of children, creativity, and romance. So for Sagittarius rising, that may be a focus for you. Some of you, this may be something about a romance that you had with a friend, or a romance that you were in that brought you some sort of wish fulfillment. But this is kind of one of those where you spend more time doing the things that bring you joy, for whatever that means to you. That's going to be different for everybody. So, interesting. Capricorn is the 4th house. So Capricorn, this is all about your family. Some of you may be moving or planning to move. That could be something too for some of you. Because the 4th house, I equate the 4th house with the mother, with moving, with family, with home, roots, stability, all of that kind of situation. That's what yours is going to be all about. So maybe you're being, planting seeds as it relates to that for yourself. What else was I going to say? Also, just like the Cancer risings, yours is going to be focused more on the family or the move. But there may be a balance that is needed as it relates to the work situation as well. So whatever that means, like I said, your focus for the Aries New Moon is going to be all about family, home, roots, stability, maybe even moving. Aquarius rising, 3rd house. 3rd house is a difficult one for me. I have a hard time kind of really explaining that one. I'm trying to see if I can find the card for it. There it is. So for me, communication, contracts, agreements, that kind of stuff, it can be learning as well. To me, the 3rd house has been always local neighborhood stuff. Like my lifetime experience has been the 3rd house. That's what it's been about. Something going on in my neighborhood. But it could be different for you. The card says your potential to learn something and your local neighborhood. So there could be something that happens along those lines. If it is learning, it's most likely going to be something of a spiritual nature, or you're going to be learning something as it relates to law, or you're going to be learning something about like foreign cultures, foreign lands, that kind of stuff, if that were the case. If it's something that's happening locally in your neighborhood, then it's probably going to have something to do with, again, like spirituality, legal, foreign people, foreign places, foreign lands, something to do with philosophies. It could have anything to do with that. But regardless, third house is what you need to see. Communications, agreements, contracts, local neighborhood situations, that's what you can be expecting. And then for Pisces, we have it in the second house. Second house is all about that money. So Pisces people, you may be getting some resources here. And I say that because the second house is on the axis with the eighth house. So it's like you have personal finances here. Either people are sharing money with you or you're having to put out money for shared resources. It could be either way. But the second house for me is all about your personal assets, what you consider to be important. Also, this can be about self-worth issues. So you may have seeds planted as it relates to these issues. So that's it. I will have this better put together the next time I do it. This time I was just like, oh wait, let's just do this. I have time, but I didn't have everything put together. But Aries is the me first energy. So also expect people during this time, you're going to see a lot of people with that kind of attitude. Try to have patience with people because they're not very tolerant. You're going to kind of act like, the way that I see it is people will start acting kind of like 2-year-olds. Me first, I want, this is mine, that kind of mentality. So get ready to see that. Just saying, I can see it already happening. I've already started witnessing it, and the new moon hasn't quite hit yet, but it's going to show up. I'm going to say that most of you are just, like I said, you're going to be planting these seeds to move forward in these areas. And it's like topics to deal with to get you ready for the next phase is what it feels like, because this is the beginning. Aries is the beginning of something, and it's a new moon, which is the beginning of something. So this is the beginning of, again, Aries first house, working on the self. Taurus, working on the things that are hidden or the things that happened in the past, or maybe even taking time out to rest, planting seeds for that. Gemini, planting seeds as it relates to friendships. This can be new friendships for some of you. Then the Cancer people, 10th house, planting seeds for a career, trying to make that money. Leo, 9th house, again, spirituality, higher learning, legal, foreign places, foreign lands. Did I say travel? Virgo, again, 8th house. So this is shared resources. This also can be endings, transformations, rebirths, any of that. Libra, 7th house, relationships, close one-on-one relationships. Scorpio. This can be pets. This can be gig work, I'll be honest with you. It's usually a job, but it's not a career. So there could be pets, pets, a job, or a health situation that's coming into focus. Sagittarius, creativity, children, romance. Capricorn, moving or family, roots, stability. Those will be your focuses. Aquarius, contracts, agreements, negotiations, things local in your neighborhood. And for Pisces, the second house of personal finances and also self-worth. So that's a quick recap. And just so you guys know, since the moon is going to be at 11 degrees and 31 minutes, so the closer your Aries placement is in your chart to this 11 degrees and 31 minutes, the more likely you're to feel this in a direct way. We're all going to feel this, but the thing is, most people, thank you so much for that donation, Adam. Most people, I just should say this. A lot of people may not feel it. They're like, okay, well, nothing happened during that Aries new moon. Well, maybe your Aries placement is at 23 degrees and you didn't feel it, but basically it happened around you and it is affecting you, though you can't feel it yet. You understand what I'm saying? So the moons do affect you. Even if they don't affect you directly, they affect the people around you. And what happens to the people around you happens to you or affects how you move forward. So just so you know, I would tell you, anybody that's dealing with a Capricorn person, beware, they may be moving. Just saying. So if you work with a Capricorn person or you're related to a Capricorn person. The same, and I say that this is rising, but it can be moon, sun as well. Not so much on the moon sign, but Capricorn and Cancer. There's possibilities here of these signs moving. Again, that's not going to always be the case, but I'm just giving you some heads up. Who else? These also are two signs that may be doing something as far as work-related issues are concerned. What else do I want to say? When it comes to inheritance, we're looking at Virgo rising and Pisces rising, or shared resources. Let me just put it that way. What else do I want to say? I think that's it. I do see potentially a tie between the Scorpio and the Taurus people with some hidden information around work, or hiding information about a health issue, potentially. Or this also can be hiding a situation involving a Pisces and or a Virgo. And yes, I do things differently than most people do. I'm not an astrologer. I feel into stuff. What else? Oh yeah, if I didn't say that, Aquarius and Leo, you could be dealing with issues as it relates to siblings as well, if I didn't say that already. What else? I would be extra careful as it relates to in any way insulting the identity of, and when I say that, like, their persona is very important right now. Aries and Libra. Be very careful not to insult them in any way, shape, or form, especially Libra rising and Aries rising. Of course, this would be for Sun too, but mostly the rising. Be very careful. They're very sensitive about their identities right now. So something that you may say in fun, like to roast them or playing around, something like that, they may take it really, really serious. So be careful. What else do I see? Interesting. It looks like Sagittarius and Gemini have this in common situation as it relates to something to do with a romantic friend. I don't know if they are each other's romantic friend, but there's something going on with that. What else? All right, I'm just gonna let it go. I think that's good enough. Like I said, I do get the feeling that we're planting the seeds for some stuff, but honestly, I don't feel like anything is coming to fruition. In fact, I'm kind of feeling during this, and I know what people say about the Aries energy, that it's, me first and the pioneer and all this kind of stuff. I just kind of feel like it feels stark. It feels like nothing is really concrete. Nothing has come to fruition during this time. It's a vision of what we want and what we're trying to accomplish moving forward. There's going to be, hold on, let me look at this. Yeah, it's basically, like I said, just planting the seeds for this stuff. This isn't anything coming to fruition. You're going to wait for all of this to come to fruition. I should have looked it up. All of this should come to fruition around the time of the next Aries full moon, which I don't know what date that is because I didn't look it up before I came on here. It's not pulling up for me. That's not going to be until October 2022. So we're looking at October before all of this comes to full term, I guess is what you would say. Thank you so much for Joe. Thank you so much, Joe. I'm sorry, I'm so tongue-tied today. So the Aries new moon, what we're doing now, okay? We're going to be working on whatever we're starting to work on now, this Aries new moon. We're going to be working on this all the way up until October. So make sure you're putting this on a solid foundation, and you can expect to see the full culmination of this effort, whatever this is, in October. All right, guys. Thank you so much for the people who donated. Please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, go subscribe to Apocalyptic Tarot. That's my other channel. Because once that channel has monetized, I'm going to be moving over there. And then it'll be seamless if you're already there. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Let me look at the comments. I didn't even look. Super aggravated today. Maybe don't pick up my energy. What's your rising sign, Too Mad? Or do you know? Finally, I catch you live. Hi, Adam. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm a Leo. My birthday is August 5th. Cool. Team Leo. Hey. Thank you for the donations. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so tongue-tied. I thought I was ready to come on here. I was like, screw it. I can just do it. I'm so tongue-tied. I will not do that again. Next time I do astrology video, I will plan it out rather than just coming on spur of the moment. But that's what I get. But still, you got some information that should be helpful to you. So those areas that I told you for your rising sign and your sun sign, pay extra close attention to those right now. And I say that because this is what you're going to be working on, like I said, until October. It's going to be a big focus. So, all right, guys. Bye. Oh, my God. Here we go with that stupid... I knew that was going to happen. I can't get the keyboard to go down again. What the hell? Why does it do this? Y'all, this drives me nuts. There we go. Bye, guys.